What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite YouTube creator, Arthur Mitchell.
And Yolonda Mitchell.
And we are
The Mitchells.
We're back again, another episode of Married with the Mitchells.
Yes.
We're here. Love you guys once again for subscribing to our YouTube channel, watching our videos. We thank y'all so much. Continue to like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you so much for everything. We have been getting so much feedback just about the content that you guys want to hear. And we're just really excited about what God is doing for this channel. And in each of us, if we can share and empower and motivate whoever we can, just sharing our testimony, we are so excited to do so. So many great things coming up. So we can't wait to announce those things, marriage retreat, and just kind of like sessions that we would love to offer. Make sure you follow on both of our YouTube. We have our own separate YouTube accounts, and then also Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah. So today we can talk about breaking generational covenants.
Yes.
And about that, it's really important as a married couple, because when you get married, you never know what they're dealing with, what he's dealing with, because we're in depth on our history, our family history, just different things that we're doing now that we don't realize we're doing because of that. And one thing I learned about covenants is something that once your dad's dad or your mom's moms get it, it trickles down to you, because one, they may not have no clue about what it is, and two, is in the spirit realm, you got to be able to break it. If you don't break it, it can continue like a ripple effect. And we're growing.
Oh, go ahead. Is that growing up? I want you to go first. Okay. I want you to, explain it.
Yeah. So growing up, growing up, it's three of us. I'm the third. So with that, having so many different things you got to deal with, from my granddad to my dad, I didn't really understand what covenants was until I actually got in the spirit when I really got saved. And one of the big things about breaking generational curses, you got to know God, you have a relationship with God. Because He's the one that's going to reveal to you. He's the one that's going to show you what it is. He's the one that's going to really let you understand what your history was. And He revealed it to you, but you got to be in His presence and really know who He is so He can show you who you are.
Absolutely. I know for me, breaking those generational covenants, first, I honestly had to do my research. I was asking questions. I was asking my mom different questions and asking my dad different questions because both my mom and dad had a previous marriage before they got together. So I wanted to know what happened. Some things came out in those questions that I had never heard before. Just some things that my dad had dabbled in and my mom had just been a part of. And we talked about it. Now, my mom has been saved since 2001. So she's been saved for a long time. I got saved first, and then she got saved right after. So for us, we knew God. We knew of God, right? But the relationship, I think for me, it went up a new level within this past 2 years. And so that's when I really got into breaking covenants and generational curses and evil altars and all of that. I'm telling you, that year of the bride fast, it was phenomenal.
Yes.
Tiphani Montgomery, and I'll make sure I link her information in the description. That fast, it changed our lives. It changed, for me, I went into it because God revealed to me that I was dealing with the spirit of gluttony. I didn't know too much about it. I just knew I was hurting and in pain every single day. So edema in the legs and foot, obesity, that was in my family. That ran in my family. So I was like, okay, God, I really want to break this. But what is this? Like, why do I keep being in pain? And why am I addicted to sugar? And why do I, do the things that I know I'm not supposed to be doing? Why am I still eating? And so I went on this journey, and God allowed me to come into contact with, it was another creator, Fire and Cloud, I think it is ministry. I'll link her information below as well. She dealt with gluttony. She talks about how to break the spirit of gluttony and what steps to take. And so I'm listening to her, and then I come upon Tiphani Montgomery. I do the Year of the Bride fast. And when I say it opened my whole, oh my God, my vision is so much clearer. God started revealing to me things in my family that had to be broken. It wasn't just gluttony; it was a lot of different things. And I wrote it all down. I did the fast day by day. I think it's a 21-day fast, and we did it day 1 through 21. It's homework assignments and scriptures that you read. It was phenomenal. And so doing that fast was the door opening of me looking into myself. So this is how I became healed also of the things that, I experienced in my marriage, is because I was fasting and praying for me for gluttony, but in the meantime, God was healing and justifying those other hurts and those other pains, because that's a generational curse for my family. A lot of my uncles were a part of the same social organization that he was a part of, and a lot of their wives got cheated on, to be totally honest. So because of that, it was like something I just fell into, and I knew that. And I told him when he first said he wanted to join, I said no, because I saw my aunts get cheated on by my uncles who was a part of this organization. So I don't want to be a part of this. But even though knowing that, I still said yes, and it happened. And so why is it, again, if you have an inkling, if you have that generational curse in your family, if you please adhere and make sure you go to God, seek Him for that supernatural revelation of the generational curses. God, show me what generational curses are in my family. Reveal it unto me, because He will do it. And once you do that, then you have to go into, because some things only come by fasting and praying, then you have to go into breaking those covenants and breaking those evil altars, coming out of agreement. Sometimes we are in full-fledged agreement and don't even know it. And the full-fledged agreement is when someone says, oh, you just like your mama. And you're like, yes, or something like that. Well, now you just came into agreement with everything that your mom went through, has done, because you don't know everything. And grandma, oh, you just like your grandma. Same thing. Oh, yes, thank you. No, you come into agreement with that. And so you have to be very careful with what you come into agreement with. Something as simple as a nickname. My name is Yolonda, so a lot of people used to call me Yo-Yo. And that's exactly what my life was doing. Yo-yoing in every area. I would be up, I would be down. I would be up, I would be down. And some people would be like, oh, that's too deep. But it's not. When you really look at it and God starts really revealing to you what this all is, it's not that deep. It is very, very spiritual. And you want to make sure that you're aware of that. So abiding in Him and Him abiding in you, that's how you stay in His presence and stay breaking those curses, because He'll start revealing it unto you.
And that's true, man. I'm glad you said that, because I was about to mention that next. Be careful what you listen to and adhere to. Growing up, you say, man, you just like your daddy. And the funny thing about it, he was Big Mitch and I was Little Mitch. Mm-hmm. So it was already in agreement of that, saying just like your daddy, Mitch let you do this, Mitch let you do that. So I came into agreement with it, and I got older, I was him. The things that happened in my marriage, the infidelity, cheating, I became that because that's who he was. And always be mindful, man. Know your family, know your dad lineage, know who they are, because you never know the things you go through right now. They went through it, but they never were able to fight it. Right. And that's a real thing, because we realize, when the cheating part, for example, never forget, back in the day when things were going on, I realized, and I broke down. I said, it's because of my daddy. I'm just like my daddy. Things he did, I'm just like him. I helped him do these things. So we helped him do it. I came up not only in agreement, but my spirit was saying, okay, they do it, I'm gonna do it too. And I grew up just like him, and because of that, it allowed me to almost lose my marriage, because I had to realize, but being, like she said, abiding in Him and He abiding in us, I was able to break that generation curse. Because now you gotta realize, you got a son. A lot of men, we got sons, and we don't want our sons to be the same thing like we was, our daddy was, our granddaddy was, our great-granddaddy was. So it's up to you to break that generational covenant curse now. Because as they get older, they're going to want to be like you. My son can say, Dad, I want to be a Mason like you. I want to be like you. But I always tell him, no, don't be like me. Be better than me. Yeah. Because I want him to understand that you can't be who I was. I want God to be who God wants you to be. Mm-hmm. And we gotta understand that, man, as we continue, man, with this journey, loving God and loving Christ, we can't do the old things. Because we got somebody behind us that's looking at everything we do, seeing everything we say, being everything we want to be. And that's something that we don't want. We want him to be a God-fearing man, a king. Give him godly examples of who you are. Give him godly examples of how you're going to react. Show him how to treat your wife. Show him how to treat the sisters and brothers so they can grow up like that. With me, I grew up, man, in an era where it was fussing and fighting, seeing them cheating and so much stuff. So I gravitated to that. That's what I want. I thought it was cool. I thought it was the way it's supposed to be, but it wasn't. And it's so funny, guys, that we knew, like I said, we knew God, knew a form of God, but it wasn't until I said yes to his will to surrender my all to start exposing all this.
Right.
And it was so crazy because I knew any of this. I didn't know like breaking generation curses, breaking covenants. I knew about it, but I know the severity of it, how strong it was, and how important as a married couple in general and the family to know your family history. We even went on Ancestry.com.
Yes.
So I want to really see, like, hold on, did my great granddad or granddaddy, great granddaddy man did this? There's so many things because you don't know your lineage. And in the Bible, God talk about lineage with David and different things. Like, you look at it, all them people went through something in the Bible because the lineage they came from. So you got to understand, you got to research yourself, seeing why this happened, seeing why, I can't keep a job, and seeing why my marriage is not working, and seeing why things are happening, seeing why my family's a family of cancer, heart attacks. It's a generation of courage that you can break. You can speak that thing out of your life so it won't happen to you. So be mindful of the covenants you're dealing with, the altars you're dealing with, because they can really, set your life in the area that you want to be in. And you might have no clue what it's about. But if you just ask God, and he'll show you. Say, God, what is going on? Why this keep happening? And it ain't always the devil. It ain't always you. It's always that covenant that you created that you had no idea about that can help you now break it and become better who you are.
Absolutely. We were just reading, remind me of the scripture, babe. But it was talking about how we are living in the disobedience of our fathers and our ancestors. I'm going to get it and I'll put it across the screen.
Jonah? No, it was not Jonah. It was
I don't think it was Jonah. Numbers, maybe?
No.
Anyway, I'll put it across the screen so you can see right here. So we are living in the disobedience. The land that God promised Abraham, he got the promise, but we can't. Nehemiah. But we can't access it, enjoy it, live abundantly in it because of the rebellion, the disobedience, the evil covenants, the evil altars, the things that we had nothing to do with. Unfortunately, we are living in that. Same thing for our children. Our babies are going to have to pay for the things that we did. And that's sad to say. So what I'm telling you married couples is you are the generational curse breaker of your family. Okay? And when I say generational curse breaker, that's not just, my mama lied, so I'm going to make sure I don't lie. Where did it start at? Where did it derive from? What happened in your family, right, that put the curse on your family, that every woman in your family is going to have diabetes? That had to be a curse somewhere. Let me tell you why. I say that because my grandmother passed away with diabetes on my mom's side. My grandmother on my dad's side passed away with diabetes. My grandmother on my stepdad's side passed away with diabetes. My grandmother on, those three, right? Then the great-grandmas, same thing. My mom has it, my dad has it. And so therefore, it is knocking or trying to live dormant in me, waiting for the moment in time to show up. And I had to break that generational curse. I had to come out of agreement. I had to break covenant with that. Because if someone says you're just like your mom, my mom has diabetes or all the ailments that she has at the ages she's having them, is happening. Her having a child with a man who she did not stay in relationship with. That's exactly what I did in my first child. So the things are happening. You can look at your life and just see. Just take a look. If you think I'm being too deep, take a look at your life. If it's the exact reflection of your mother or the exact reflection, man, of your father, You're living in a generational curse, and you have to break that. That is the only way it's going to be broken. When we get saved, sanctified, set free, and delivered, our spirit gets saved. But we're made up of a spirit, a soul, and a body. So your soul and your body is still being attacked. It's still being afflicted. It's still under those generational curses. But you have to come out of agreement with that. Now that you're saved, that spirit man, you have to come in agreement with the abundance and the overflow of God and the blessings of God. Once you repent for their sins, right, the sins of your forefathers, then the next thing that we had to do after we repented is we had to break covenant, renounce it, break covenant with it, come out of agreement with it, and then come into agreement with what God really is saying about us. What is God saying about you? What does the word say? That's the only way you're going to know is if you pick up the word and read it. That's the only way you're going to know what the word says about what you're dealing with currently. And so we had to do that. And this exact verbiage of that. And if you would like that verbiage, please let me know. We do not mind giving that out. But we really had to. And I'm talking about thing by thing. I wrote down every single thing that ran in my family. Cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, fornication, lying, gossiping, everything on all three sides. Because I have a biological father, I have a father who took care of me all of my life, and I have my mom's side. So all three sides, I had to write down the things that I knew, the things that I don't know or didn't know. I let God know. God, for the things that I don't know, this is what that is, and I want to break covenant and come out of agreement with that.
Right. And be careful, Mary, about what you answer to. Like I said before, no, just like your daddy, she just like a sister. Like, be careful, because once you come in agreement with it, the spirit hears that, and now they're going to incorporate this into your system and allow you to act like that. You wonder, hold on, why they act like that? Or why they mad all the time? Why they angry all the time?
It's an open door.
Open door. And we open that door, you allow the enemy to come right on in. And you got to be mindful of that, because a lot of times we say different things, and we come in agreement with like the songs. Don't we hear songs all the time, and we start to act like the song because we like that open door. The enemy come in and take up our minds.
Yeah.
And be mindful, y'all. This is not too deep. Be careful what you listen to.
Yes.
Because at any given time, you think you may bother you, but when you open that door to the songs, to the music, or to the sound of it, the enemy comes in. And you may not understand, but you doing things that songs say, or you reacting to what the songs say, and you like, Dad, what's going on? Why this or why that? Because you allow that portal to be open, and that enemy can have his way with you.
And for your children.
Yep.
And for your children. So when I was going through about 2 years ago, when I found out everything, I was listening to songs that had nothing to do with who I am and what I do. So the songs I was listening to, one of them was I cannot think of the song name. Shibuya, Roll Call. Anything that had to do with I should have cheated, or I got this in every area code and things like that. I was listening to that. I didn't know that then, but it was planting seeds in my girls. My girls was listening to that. We would go work out, me and Zamaya, and she would hear it. And so it was planting a seed in her of anti-marriage. That's exactly what the enemy wanted to do. Yeah. So the anti-marriage curse could continue in that family for her, because she didn't want to be married. Because she saw what happened. She saw the things that was going on. So before I knew it was planting a seed, so I had to switch that up. Once I realized, like, okay, this song is not what I need to be listening to, I changed it up, but I didn't realize until later that was planting seeds in my children of being a hoe, of being a thought, of being not being married faithfully. It was planting seeds. And I was singing a song. Keisha Cole has a song, I Should Have Cheated. I was singing that song to the top of my lungs. We was on our way going somewhere. And Jaden just started crying. And I'm like, Jaden, what are you crying for? And he was like, because I almost lost y'all. Like, I really almost lost my daddy. And our minds were like, Lord, he didn't die, but my goodness. But in his mind, his family almost broke up. And that song reminded him of that. I had to switch it up real quick. Because even in that, no, this is not that. Go get some therapy, okay? Them songs is not therapy. Go get you some therapy. Of course, we got God. But you need both for some things. And I needed both. And so I did. I sought therapy. Me and him both went to therapy. And it just changed our lives. So I definitely want to admonish you to watch what you are allowing in your system, in your mind, in your body, in your soul, in your house, in your children's tablets, the things they're watching. So, because what the enemy is doing is it's planting a seed so that it can continue. And so we want to break that. This is definitely going to be a part 2 because this was just so much information that we stumbled upon, and I'm just so grateful that God allowed us to be able to see these things and call these things out. This has definitely made our marriage so much better because now we know what we're fighting against. We're not fighting against flesh and blood. We're fighting against, what is it, babe?
Spiritual balance.
Yes, in high places.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So because we're fighting that, we know now, okay, he don't just have an attitude. This is the enemy. So let's go ahead and pray about this and keep it moving. Let's call this thing out for what it really is. So we're definitely going to do a part 2. We didn't want to belabor the time, but we just wanted to come on and really share what we've really been delving into. And I'm talking about right now, even at this moment, still delving into it because there's still covenants that we don't know nothing about that was made, and God is still revealing it unto us.
So y'all, it says to be a part 2. Just want to come on real quick, just give an intro what it means. A lot of people don't understand it and they've been through it. I'm telling y'all, it's important as a married couple to really understand about breaking covenants, generation curses, and evil altars. You never know. We watched this movie one time and it was where the woman she couldn't stay married. One of them, a guy, his company had, and every employee died before 30. There was a covenant that was broken. And be mindful of your family because they could be the ones putting the curses on you. They could be the ones, man, doing different things to you because of what they've been through. So be mindful of that and understand, you got to go deep. Being a Christian is amazing, but you got to go deep and dive deep. Not just Bible teaching, speaking in tongues. It's deeper than that.
More. Yeah.
Yeah, because we got to realize, first of all, who we are and the power we possess. And if God continue to show us, continue to reveal us with everything we got going on.
Absolutely. So we love y'all. We are so grateful for each and every one of you. We're going to go ahead and end this. We cannot wait for next week so we can really come on and really share some of those prayers. If you have any questions, make sure you comment below, subscribe, share, tell everybody you know about it because this is definitely going to change the game for your marriage, for your life in general. All right. Well, we thank you so much for tuning in, and y'all have an amazing day. Bye.